2.0 साबित हो रही है उसके व्यूवर्स के लिए एक विजुअल ट्रीट एंड ऑफ कोर्स इट्स विनिंग हार्ट्स ऑल ओवर इंडिया एंड अब्रॉड टू। लेकिन एक बात है गुंजन कि इसकी स्टोरी लाइन जो है उससे काफी सारे लोग स्पेशली जो सेकंड हाफ है उससे कुछ ज्यादा खुश नहीं नजर आ रहे हैं।
Exactly. Audiences are saying कि काफी predictable story निकली, though they are amazed with the VFX. They definitely think कि technically movie काफी sound है, लेकिन अगर story line इतनी predictable नहीं होती तो शायद जो मजा है वो दुगना हो जाता. Having said that, we have to say that the technical team जो इस movie का हिस्सा रह चुकी है, they have done a fabulous job and they definitely need a mention. I have to talk about Srinivas Mohan जो VFX supervisor है इस movie के. Of course, the movie has bowled over as far as the VFX is concerned. Resul Pukatti जो कि Oscar winner है, he is the sound engineer here, so we can understand कि किस तरह का sound environment हमें दिया गया है, which is definitely award-winning level.
Yeah, and let's not forget the director of the film is Shankar. आप शंकर का अगर आप देखेंगे तो उन्होंने बहुत ही जबरदस्त फिल्म्स बनाई हैं. Let's talk about Jeans, let's talk about the first part एंटीरन जो 2010 में आई थी. वैसे एज एन ऑडियंस आई वाज एक्सपेक्टिंग कि अगर एंटीरन का यानी कि रोबोट का सेकंड पार्ट बने तो थोड़ा जल्दी रिलीज हो, बिकॉज आफ्टर वॉचिंग द फर्स्ट फिल्म द एक्साइटमेंट वाज बबलिंग अप टू सी द सेकंड वन. थोड़ा मुझे इस बात की भी नाराजगी है इस टीम से कि अगर आपने बनाना ही था सेकंड पार्ट तो 8 साल का वेट हमको क्यों करवाया. बट देन टॉकिंग अबाउट रजनीकांत, फर्स्टली he is worshipped, he is acting god, he has done a fabulous job, and our very own Akshay Kumar who's playing Pakshi, काफी अलग तरह का कैरेक्टर रहा ये उनके लिए भी. Even he has said that the role was challenging not because it was a great shade character but also the makeup and everything else that was involved in shooting the film was also a tedious task to do. And I think जिस तरह ऑडियंस इसे पसंद कर रही हैं, इस फिल्म की जो प्रोजेक्टेड सेल्स है, शायद प्रोजेक्टेड फिगर्स हैं जो बिजनेस के बारे में जिसके बारे में सोचा गया था, आई थिंक उससे भी ज्यादा ही कमाल कर दिखाएगी.
बिल्कुल, देखा जाए तो अगर ये मूवी है इसने पहले दिन से ही बहुत ही बड़े बड़े रिकॉर्ड्स बनाना शुरू कर दिए. 10,500 स्क्रीन्स में दिस मूवी इज ऑलरेडी लॉन्च्ड. आई मीन डे वन हैज बीन फिनोमिनल फॉर दिस मूवी एंड इट हैज ऑलरेडी सेट अ बेंचमार्क व्हिच विल बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर अदर मूवीज टू कैच अप टू. बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली द अदर अपडेट हियर इज कि विद इन आवर्स ऑफ द मूवी रिलीज ये मूवी लीक भी हो चुकी है. एंड वी हैड ऑलरेडी स्पोकन अबाउट इट यस्टरडे इन द शो रुशिता की कैसे मद्रास हाई कोर्ट ने एक्चुअली एक लीगल ऑर्डर दिया था दैट हाउ 12,500 वेबसाइट्स हैव टू बी टेकन डाउन जस्ट सो दैट कि पायरेसी ना हो पाए. बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली देयर वाज नॉट मच दैट कुड बी डन.
वेल गुंजन, 3 लैंग्वेजेस में ये फिल्म रिलीज हुई है. HD वर्जन इसका लीक आउट हो चुका है. नाउ यू कांट रियली अंडरस्टैंड कि इतने सारे स्टेप्स और मेजर्स लेने के बावजूद एक इलीगल इस चीज को बना दिया गया है. पायरेसी फर्स्टली शुड नॉट बी सपोर्टेड इन द फर्स्ट प्लेस. जब कोई फिल्म बनती है तो उसके पीछे बहुत मेहनत लगती है. सो आई थिंक दैट एज एन ऑडियंस, एज अ वेरी अवेयर ऑडियंस, जितने भी लोग हैं उन लोगों को बस इस वेबसाइट को खुद अपने आप से ही बॉयकॉट कर देना चाहिए. लेट्स नॉट एनकरेज पायरेसी, स्पेशली व्हेन आप जानते हैं कि इतने बड़े ग्रैंड स्केल पर इतनी बड़ी फिल्म रिलीज हुई है एंड it's a visual treat. So why do you want to even waste your experience of watching that film at your home जबकि आपको उसे थिएटर में एंजॉय करना चाहिए. And secondly, it's really sad to see कि इतने सारे measures और steps लेने के बाद इस पूरी चीज को illegalize करने के बाद भी some people really had the courage to just go ahead and release a pirated version of the film and that too within hours.
बिल्कुल रुशिता, एंड इनफैक्ट द काइंड ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट जो इस मूवी ने जो डाला है इस मूवी के प्रोडक्शन में, 500-550 करोड़ रुपए की बात कर रहे हैं. दैट्स अ ह्यूज अमाउंट. एंड अगर इन क्रिटिकल दिनों में जो स्टार्टिंग के 3 से 4 दिन होते हैं, अगर उसमें अगर मूवी लीक हो जाए देन बहुत भारी नुकसान उठाना पड़ता है. एंड एक बात तो साबित हो चुकी है कि हाई कोर्ट ने इतनी कोशिश करने के बावजूद भी, लीगल ऑर्डर्स देने के बावजूद भी, वी कुडंट पिन डाउन द डिजिटल वर्ल्ड बिकॉज इट्स सो बिग. इट वाज हार्ड टू गेट अ हैंड ऑन इट. लेकिन काफ़ी सालों से बात हो रही है दैट प्रॉब्ली नाउ टेक्नोलॉजी शुड बैक इट अप इन केस कि अगर हम एक्चुअली पायरेसी की रूट कॉज पे जाना चाहते हैं, वी विल हैव टू फाइंड वेज कि हर प्रिंट जो एक थिएटर में जा रहा है दिस हैज टू बी डिजिटली असाइंड अ नंबर या एक तरह से डिजिटली साइन हो सके, जिससे कि जिस भी थिएटर में ये मूवी लीक हो रही है हमें वो पता चल सके एंड दे कैन एक्चुअली गो टू द रूट कॉज. बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली दिस इज द बिगेस्ट बग which is affecting the Bollywood industry right now. Not only Bollywood but now that we are seeing is the Telugu and the Tollywood world also. So it's a very very sad reality, but we hope that at least for Robot 2.0 this will not be taking away the fun, the excitement that the fans have for the movie.
The world premiere of Mowgli in Mumbai. I think it's a great honor. It's fantastic. Of course, we have the world famous international actor. I don't think he's only Indian, he's everywhere. I think when we saw the trailer, like you were discussing, it's got so many new, layers to the characters. It's so fierce, it's powerful. मजा आया करने में इस तरह की चीज़ बताइए.
बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला मुझे, क्योंकि पहली बार इस तरह का मैं किरदार कर रहा था और एक भालू का किरदार, एक बल्लू का किरदार, और जो डायरेक्टर हैं उन्होंने ये किरदार निभाया है अंग्रेजी वर्जन में, तो काफ़ी मुझे उसमें भी काफ़ी मदद मिली कि उनका मैं अगर कहीं ना कहीं मैं अटक जाता था कि मैं कैसे करूं इसे, तो मैं उनकी आवाज़ सुनता जिस तरह उन्होंने किया है, क्योंकि हमें इतना एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है ये सब चीज़ें करने का. मैंने एक आध दो फिल्में की हैं मगर ये एक्सपीरियंस बहुत अनमोल था.
बिल्कुल. And I must say that you were trending once your look was out, right? Social media में हर कोई कह रहा था कि, and I think you took it like a boss. I thought it was amazing how you gave answers saying that regarding all the Baloo jokes that were happening there. I love it.
No, obviously because मुझे भी ये तो काफ़ी सालों से ये चल रहा है मेरे बारे में कि
he's looking great.
Yeah, because you see the thing is Baloo.
I saw you by the way, Abhishek.
I don't have to get into the character.
But him. The man.
We were talking about how he took it like a boss. I think the Baloo jokes were trending by the way on Twitter.
Everybody is joking about me.
No, but I think
Nobody
you were
can joke
amazing.
about you. They can only talk about you. You're relevant. Remember that.
Bagheera and Baloo are together, and even in the in the film, they have this moment where they sort of there's great chemistry between the two of them because both of them sort of mentors
Yep.
to this person, but they have different ways to do it.
What I really liked about both the characters is they're both friends and they both know their responsibility towards Mowgli. And they share that love for Mowgli. And there's a deep understanding between the two of them of what is good for Mowgli. So it's a far more mature look at the relationship. If you see the original cartoon, it's more fun-loving. But in this one, it's more serious, it's more adult, it's more grown-up, it's more mature. And it was nice because we got to interpret the characters in a different way to what Indian audiences are used to seeing them.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think because of online streaming giants, I think actors ke liye now it's not just the theatre. There's so many, not just the cinema. There's so many other avenues, and as an artist, you get so much more platforms to perform, isn't it?
Absolutely, I don't think we can complain. I mean, theatre, television, film, and now the internet. I think opportunities for actors is just opening up day by day. I think he's been one of the pioneers in taking us westward and really stamped his impression over there. And I think it's just wonderful to see that we have these opportunities coming our way.
Anything you'd like to add to that?
The most difficult scene for me to dub was that there is a scene between Bagheera and what do I call it? Baloo? क्या बोलते हैं इसको? Baloo. And I the only time I really took time was that scene where both of us, there is that conflict.
There's a conflict and
It
argument.
reminded me of Diwar and Ram Lakhan.
That's what I like about it. We brought a full Bollywood twist to everything. Yeah, we liked it.
I think we loved it too, and I think it's amazing to have more premieres in Mumbai. Yeah, what do you say?
How wonderful to have the global premiere here in Mumbai. I think it's just great.
How excited are you? No?
Very excited, to bring it home to Kipling's birthplace is very exciting.
Christian, we spoke in the morning. We spoke a lot about how you already have gone around India and now you've connected. What is the most interesting thing that you've noticed about this country, our country?
How multicultural it is, how many languages, how many religions, how vast it is. Every climate known to man really exists here. I spent 4 days. It's impossible to say I've done anything but scratch the tip of the iceberg here. But it's fascinating, and obviously there's no better place to premiere Mowgli than right here.
I've read somewhere you said that you're not really connected to anything. You're sort of, and not even to technology and internet. But now with your film sort of, globally premiering on a streaming giant like this, have you become a little bit more connected to internet and technology?
I'm just not on social media. That's all I mean by that. No, look, it's inevitable that connected to streaming services and whatnot because there's incredible content and wonderful shows and films that you can watch that way now.
And with you here, we are really hoping that there'll be so many more global collaborations, East with the West. And how important is that, the mixing of actors from all around the world coming together and creating something beautiful?
I think, just like you said, it's going to create beautiful things and create more diversity is wonderful. Cooperation, creates more civilization, creates artwork, and it's a fantastic opportunity. I do hope to be a part of that, and it's just going to add to the art of filmmaking.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. Well, I love it, Christian, and thank you so much. We hope you keep coming to India all the time. Very interesting thing that Christian told was, like, his wife keeps telling me, you find it a film, I can watch it with my family and always preserve it. Is something like this that you also think about? Because when Taimur probably grows up and this will be one film to say, you know what, who's that? That's your mom. That's.
Yeah, I mean, of course, because I think both Saif and me are huge fans of the Jungle Book. And I think it's, like I said, every child has their, Mowgli moment, their Jungle Book moment. It's an emotional journey. So I think every young adult has to go through that, and Jungle Book has to be a part of it. Mowgli has to be a part of it. So I think, I'm sure with Taimur also it'll be the same case.
What was going through your head when you were like, what should I sort of channelize?
She's probably more convincing and very, very powerful. She's hypnotic because she, in a way, kind of has to be like a guiding force to Mowgli, to take him right through the end, his entire journey of self-discovery. I think it's her voice that kind of has to really,
So
make him do that. I mean, I think, when you hear the voice, it sounds more dramatic. It's because it has to be. She has to sound like she's the voice of the jungle, literally. So she has to kind of sound like that. And I enjoyed doing it because I actually had to perform it behind the mic rather than, just kind of voice the dialogue. So it was actually like performing on stage for me.
With other streaming giants, I think
Yeah, of course.
collaborating at an international level, even for actors like you, you don't have so much time all the time you're doing here, becomes easier, isn't it?
Bringing us such amazing content. I think actors are getting so much opportunity to kind of, do so much more than, just do a movie. And I mean, like with Sacred Games, I think the whole game has changed. It's been a game changer. It's kind of put India like on a global map. So yes, let's see. I mean, it's an amazing time is all I can say to be an actor.
I feel it's Kareena 2.0 because I think you're so much more your own person now, with your own opinion. Tell me if I'm wrong.
I think so. But that should happen when you kind of spend like nearly 2 decades. The idea is to constantly keep exploring and reinventing and doing something new. And that's what I'm constantly trying to do.
You look amazing. I think sari sort of is just perfect for this occasion, isn't it?
I love it. I love the fact that I get to represent. And you know what it is? It's just something very romantic about it. And also in the film, which you will see today, I wear a version of a sari. So I just thought I should just continue bringing out, representing, and continue it on the premiere as well, world premiere.
You've never bothered about the length of the role. You've always gone for how much meat your character brings on the table, which again only comes from a very secure actor who's not complaining about how much of screen time am I getting, isn't it?
I think for me, like I've said this before as well, the screen time is not as important as the value that my character brings. I could have a character that is the lead in a film, but makes no impact whatsoever. So I think for me, really, it has been more the focus has been more about value that the character brings to a story as opposed to just the screen time.
Sometime back they would say an actor getting, being in a relationship or being sort of married, it sort of takes away her desirability. That's what they said here. But now I think it's a great time to see actors coming out, owning up their relationships, getting married and doing what they wanted to, which I think is a sign of change, and I think I really love it. What do you have to say about that?
I think it's great. I feel like it's actually every person's prerogative. So I feel like if someone feels comfortable, go ahead and do it. If someone wants to keep their private life private, go ahead and do that. I don't think there needs to be any rules and regulations on who does what.
All the very best. I'm looking forward to it. A little bit intimidating to feel, wow, I'm sort of at the world premiere of Mowgli and you're playing Mowgli.
Well, I mean, being able to bring it back to its kind of origins and its roots are really interesting because, obviously it's super loved here and everything. And I think it's really great to be able to bring it back to the place where it all started in a way.
So who's your favorite character?
Well, I mean, all the characters have their, they're obviously they're really nice traits. I mean, Bagheera, you obviously have that brotherhood and that great relationship between him and Mowgli. Nisha, you really feel that love that she gives him, and that motherhood kind of. But I don't know, my favorite. I don't know. Playing Bagheera would be pretty cool. I think Bagheera is pretty good, and you know, Christian did a great job of performing him. So.
How proud are your parents? I'm sure they feel like that Indian parent moment, isn't it?
Yeah, my parents are pretty proud, but my grandparents are actually here, and they're very proud. So.
Oh, that's
yeah.
so adorable. Any particular Indian actor or filmmaker that you'd really hope you get to meet or collaborate?
I mean, Shah Rukh Khan is probably a big one, obviously. I mean, Abhishek, to be able to like kind of even share the same room as him almost is pretty humbling and really amazing.
Your father, and he's like obviously the director, and of course he's an actor as well. When he sort of thought you could play it, were you sort of a little taken aback, thinking, you know, how it's going to be? Is he going to be harder on me on the sets? Did all the thoughts come to your mind?
Well, yeah, because it's a motion capture role, and obviously I'd done a little bit of that before, but I was like, am I going to be able to do this properly? But no, I was quite confident. But it was. At first it was like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm really doing this, but then I got used to it, yeah.
Any Indian filmmaker, actor that you know of or you heard of and that you watched?
I mean, I've seen, you know Salaam Bombay? I like that film. Seen Slumdog Millionaire. Frida's she's a very good actor, yeah, I like her a lot. I don't really watch too much Bollywood, but yeah.
Please join me. As loving it. So now in front of your father, and I'm going to put you in this position. Andy, how much would you give him, out of 10?
Out of 10?
This is so bad. I'm
5.5, 6. No, he was fantastic. Louis was really great, and he's, you know, in many ways, he is a very linchpin part. You know, Boot as the character is a very, very important part. He's the catalyst for the final part of the movie.
How much would you sort of give him out of 10? I have to do it, I'm sorry, Andy.
Careful, do you want another job?
I'd say
10.
3. Nah. No, it's been great to work with him.
I don't think you're signing him again, are you? No. If you had to pick your father's favorite role, what would that be and why? Okay, this one's difficult, right?
Probably the apes. I just
Golem.
no.
Did you just like make that face?
No, I'd say I really liked the character that he played, and I liked how he had all the part. I don't know, yeah. I just preferred him to Gollum, yeah.
You know, so many characters that you've done, I'm sure are close to your heart. But if you had to pick up one out of that, I know, but
That's
like
so
something that you
hard.
always
That's
thought.
so hard. I mean, look,
Women popular.
it would be between two, I think, and Gollum is one. I mean, Gollum, really, the importance of Gollum can't be underestimated, because it wasn't just a character. For me, it was a complete change of direction in terms of. It was a very important character, but it also what it represented in terms of the birth of a way of working that allowed me to play and other actors to play many other kinds of creatures and roles that you couldn't normally do as an actor. So it holds a special significance, I suppose, in that respect.
Absolutely. To end it, of course, you know, you've already said that you sort of want to work with Irfan. You met this wonderful Indian cast here as well. What did you think of them? And is there, as a director, are you looking at someone, hopefully?
Oh, look, one of the films, one of the films I've always wanted to make is the Mahabharata. And
are you serious?
no, absolutely.
How do you do it?
Yeah, I would love to do it. I mean, you've got all the actors here to make that work and make it work brilliantly. And, you know, again, using performance capture technology, it would be an extraordinary thing to do.
Wow, I'm already excited. Thank you. And it's going to be a great night. Congratulations. I think it's fabulous. Thank you once
very
again.
much.
Thank you. Thank you, young man.
It's now time for a quick break on Planet Bollywood. We'll be right back.
So welcome back to Style Today, and let's talk about Bollywood celebrities and their style. सबसे पहले हमें देखी कंगना रनौत जो अपने एयरपोर्ट लुक में थी ना. यूजुअली हमें आदत है उनको साड़ीज़ में देखने की या फिर पावर ड्रेस करने की एयरपोर्ट्स पे. एंड ओवर हियर शी वाज वेयरिंग अ ब्यूटीफुल पिंक कॉटन मदुराया साड़ी. Now the sari was good, the entire look was good, the bag was good, the sunglasses were fine, लेकिन एक बहुत ही अजीब और quirky चीज़ देखी हमने उनके लुक में, और वो था उनका हेयर स्टाइल. यू नो, जब हम बचपन में स्कूल जाते थे तो हम वो 2 चोटियाँ बनाते थे जिसको हम ऐसे फोल्ड करके रिबन लगाते थे. सो दैट इज़ द हेयर स्टाइल जो कंगना रनौत ने किया इस लुक में, which was really quirky. She matched the ribbons with her sari. Now I think this kind of a hairstyle is good when you're doing a photo shoot या फिर अगर आप एक रनवे के लुक के लिए किसी को तैयार कर रहे हैं. लेकिन for the airport it was looking funny. I mean, I don't think this was stylish. The entire look was good, but ये hairstyle ने उनके पूरे look को kill कर दिया. Next is Sara Ali Khan, who's promoting her movie Kedarnath, and for her promotional wardrobe, she's picking a lot of Indian looks. This is a look that she picked by Raw Mango. It is a monotone look, जहाँ उन्होंने silk separates पहने थे. So she was wearing a fitted silk kurta paired with cigarette pants that were also silk. The entire look was really good. The hair and makeup was really nice and simple and minimalistic. And silk, kanjivaram, brocade, these are a few trends that are going to be really big for the next season when it comes to wedding wear and Indian clothes. And Sara को हमने वही trend को adapt करते हुए देखा. In fact, what's really interesting here is that Kareena has also worn a very similar look that Sara has worn by the same designer, Raw Mango. So I think it kind of runs in the family. The style genes have been passed on to Sara by her father, and Kareena also maybe is giving style tips to Sara on how to dress. The next look that we saw is Anushka Sharma again, who is promoting her movie Zero. यहाँ पर उन्होंने pick किया एक monotone look. She was wearing a midnight blue color gown which had a really high neck. It had bat-wing sleeves and the entire gown was very flowy, feminine. बहुत ही सुंदर कलर था. I think the color really complimented Anushka, and she styled the look with her hair pulled up in an updo, and she left a few strands out to frame her face. Now I think the outfit is very simple and you cannot go wrong with an outfit like this, but over here it's the styling that really worked for us, especially the hair and makeup. I like how she kept the makeup fresh and she wore her hair up because the neckline was high. So remember, whenever you guys are wearing something that has a higher neckline, wear your hair up, avoid wearing it down. And she left a few strands out to frame her face so it doesn't look too blank. So the entire look was really nice. So Malaika Arora is synonymous with wearing really sexy and hot clothes, and you know, she can really pull off those slinky gowns, shiny numbers. कुछ भी जो आपको देख के लगेगा is too OTT. I think Malaika can totally pull it off. Here we've seen Malaika wearing a Rohit Gandhi and Rahul Khanna gown. It has a V neckline which kind of has a wraparound style. It has silver sequins on it. And हमने ये कई बार कहा है कि metallics and sequins are going to be a huge trend this season in the winters as well as next season. So I think Malaika's look is pretty much on point. She wore it with neutral makeup and her hair in soft curls. I like the fact that उन्होंने अपना makeup muted रखा है. Usually Malaika likes to play with the eye makeup or go for a darker, bolder, deeper lip. But यहाँ पर उन्होंने nude lips पहने हैं because the gown is such a statement in itself that if you wear bold red or berry lips with it, I think it will be clashing. So I think the entire look really works for us. So this is it for now, guys. We'll see you on Monday. Keep watching Zoom, Style by Mintra.